everybody. Thank you for having me here today. I'm continually amazed by how autism spectrum disorders are so uniting to everybody. And I think with the families who I work with, there is such a strong network of families impacted by this and advocates that it is wonderful to be a part of that. So just a short intro to what I do. I'm a pediatric speech-language pathologist, and I have the amazing privilege to go to work every day and love what I do. The kids who I work with are all incredible. We have a very high population of kids with autism, ranging in age from the very little ones to even teenagers and young adults. Something we're trying to establish is some social skills groups, so if anybody is interested in helping us get those off the ground, we've run a few, and though people may think that having 7 13-year-old boys at once is kind of crazy, it has been an amazing opportunity for them to establish friendships and learn and grow together. So I actually heard about the iPad contest through a parent. I have been trying very hard to get an iPad for therapy for a while, and we've been fighting, and unfortunately, being part of a larger organization, they see a lot of dollar signs, so they don't want to invest in that, even though it is an investment in the kids' future. So the benefits of iPad in therapy, it has been amazing, and as you mentioned, even in these short 30 days, the results have been almost instantaneous for some kids. So the iPad is a very highly motivating thing for kids. One of the kids who is nonverbal, he's 5 years old, as soon as he saw the iPad, he walked into the room and he put together a sentence, "I want iPad." Like, we've been working for that for weeks and months, and it's never, "I want Play-Doh, I don't want this," it's, "I want iPad." He put it together and requested it. Even breaks on the iPad can be used as great communication opportunities. I'm always careful to tell parents that the iPad is a complement to therapy, not a supplement. So when people hear that we are doing iPads in therapy, I don't just give the kids the iPad and tell them to play Fruit Ninja and say that's somehow therapy. It's not. But if you use it in the right way, it can target so many different skills. I think these kids are very wired to love technology, and they know that it's something important to pay attention to. So iPads can be used for initiating, turn-taking, conversation. I've had kids look up clips on YouTube about Minecraft and then see if they can tell me details about it, explain it, pretend that I don't know anything about Minecraft, which I don't, and then have them explain. There's also different apps you can use for letters and numbers and development of other concepts. I have been shameless in contacting companies to see if they will donate free apps for us to use and trial in the clinic, and a lot of them have actually donated, which is exciting. One of the apps that have been downloaded helps the kids with their alternative augmentative communication to see if they would be good candidates to use augmentative communication in the future. So I wanted to share a story about one little guy who I see. He's 4, he's nonverbal, and in school they're working on having him request using pictures. So you put 2 pictures in front of him. Do you want to do bubbles or do you want to do Play-Doh? He doesn't look at the pictures, so it becomes a huge problem because he's looking around, and when he requests, even if you do hand over hand, he's not really sure what he's getting. With the iPad, you can take real pictures on it. So one of the things that he's highly motivated by, once again, going with the interests of the kids instead of trying to enforce your interests on them, he loves the little erasers that go on the tips of pencils. So we programmed a picture of that into the device, and he can request it and instantly get what he requested. So there's a good cause and effect for that. As I said before, how kids are wired for the technology, he knows that it's something he wants to pay attention to and that something cool will happen. So no longer is he looking around at pieces of paper that have no significance to him. It's a highly motivating device for him. I think that the iPad too ultimately saves money. As all of us who work with kids or have kids of our own know, materials rip, they tear. I use flashcards a lot. They go in the mouth. Some of them end up in the trash can. It's usually the same pictures that end up in the trash can because the kids don't want to use them. But it saves money in the long run because we're able to download apps, and it's not a huge investment if you download something for free and then it turns out it doesn't work for kids. I think it's also very uniting for all of the clients. We're trying to find ways that we can have the kids work together. Sometimes a kid will bring in a toy that's really cool, and I will think in the back of my mind, ooh, this kid would really love to see this. So we take a picture of it, and sure enough, the kids can talk about it and engage in conversation. So I brought with you a short video to share. I don't know if I can just play it on. Is that showing up on the screen? It is?
Something's happening.
Your screen is.
Perfect. So as you can see, I'm kind of an organizational person, so I have all different areas that I organize my apps into. So the social skills, I should have a disclaimer that I don't have any affiliation with these apps. It's not that the companies pay me to talk about them, which would be nice, but they don't. One of the apps that I really like using is called Pictello. So Pictello is an app for social stories. You're able to record videos, take pictures, record your own voice, or use a computerized voice programmed into the device. As you know, with autism, it's so important for some of these kids to have real pictures and not cartoonized images that really might not have any significance. So this social story is shared with the permission of a child and his family. He is 9 years old. He created this story about how to make popcorn. This particular child does not have autism, but he loves a lot of the patients who I see who have autism. He's always very invested. They'll play together in the waiting room. And when I told him we could do something that would help others, he jumped at the opportunity. I think he also kind of jumped at the opportunity to make popcorn and feel like he wasn't doing work for the day because he likes to negotiate his way out of work. But this particular kid is 9. He's working on his fluency skills. He does stutter a little bit, so this was a good way for him to record his voice and practice using his fluency skills. He was very proud of himself that he was able to do it fluently and was showing everybody his voice on this. So let's see. Hopefully it works. And I don't know how loud this is going to be, so if it's loud, sorry.
How to make popcorn. Take the plastic off the bag.